Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to today's Jworld Hangout. I'm your host, Digital Media Specialist for Jeunesse Global. My name is Keziah J, and joining me today is industry expert Adam Vincent Gilmer.
Good morning, Keziah. How are you?
Good morning. I am fantastic today. How are you?
I like to tell everybody that I'm kicking butt and taking names, so if somebody needs a butt kicking, hey man, just kidding around, but we are taking names. That means that our Hangout's live and we do conversations, so don't be afraid to ask questions this morning while you're watching the Hangout at either of the addresses that we're broadcasting to.
Absolutely. If you are watching from hangouts.jeunesseglobal.com, please feel free to leave your comments in the right-hand sidebar. Questions, comments, feedback, we love hearing it. If you're watching on Google+, which is the platform we're using to share this Hangout with you this morning, you can leave it in the comments area below. We will both be answering your questions live. Also today, I would like to extend a very special Q&A. If you have questions that we have not addressed or that have not been answered, just drop them in either of those comments area, and we will take some time at the end of the call to answer questions for you. I have lots of very exciting news, Adam.
Awesome. I'm sorry, people are texting. Yeah, go ahead. What are they?
That's okay. I think we should tell the viewers what came in the mail for you.
You mean as far as products go?
No, your iPhone. I think
that. Well, yeah, so I got the new iPhone Plus 6, which is great. And I actually have to go down to the iStore and pick it up because that's the way you can do the pre-ordering, and it's in today. So they were in yesterday, but I'm going to go down today and pick them up.
Okay, and so you're excited to watch video, right?
I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to see how everything shows up on the bigger platform, and also just play around with it. I heard it's got a bit of camera. There's some cool stuff. I was reading on Mashable.com about how things are going to sync up to the new iPhone Watch. Apparently, that's coming out for Christmas or in time for the shopping season.
That's going on my wish list.
Everybody's like, naughty or nice list is being created now. Anyway, but no, that good stuff's happening. I thought you were talking about some of the products that are going to be released that arrived in my mail about two to 3 weeks ago.
Mine came 2 to 3 weeks ago too. Do you like yours so
funny.
far?
I do, and I think when people are in Macau and they see the cool thing about our Macau hangout for those folks that are watching now is that it'll happen on Friday for us because we'll be over there. And that means that'll be there Saturday, and then when we do our Jworld Hangout that Saturday morning, which I know it'll be middle of the night for us necessarily, but that means people get to see some incredible stuff that got already released on Saturday in Macau, Friday for here in the United States, but it'll be Saturday morning Jworld Hangout. We can actually talk about some of that stuff. So exciting.
See, you're excited about this now. I have a feeling that for whatever reason, when it's like 4 o'clock in the morning over there, or whatever time it's going to be that I'm doing it, I'm going to be less excited than you. But we're staying at the Venetian, so I'm sure it will be enjoyable, and I'll force myself to stay up with some espresso or something, and we'll make it happen. I am very excited to show everyone what's going to happen at Expo. I'm also very excited about the new product that's being released, and I think you guys are really going to love it. It's going to take us into a whole new marketplace, which is going to be very exciting because it's just a new direction and a new opportunity for us all to continue building our businesses, right? So maybe skincare is not for everybody, but this next market segment is probably going to be...
Yeah, it's massive. Oh my goodness.
Do you remember when Kelly was on? I think it was Kelly that said this, but it stuck with me. He said, look, people, it doesn't matter what culture you're from, no matter where you live, no matter what you do, everyone gets up and does the same thing, right? We all get up, and the first thing we do is we look in the mirror. And most people think one of two things, or both. They either think, I would like to look younger, or I would like to be thinner, right? So, just throwing that out there. I think that's a true story, no matter what culture you're in.
Well, listen, when I get up and I'm like, of course I'm looking younger, and of course I'm looking thinner.
I definitely believe you on that one, Adam. I believe you look weird.
Just having fun with the audience.
People love me. What is that SNL skit where you say, I'm attractive and people love me? You're a good time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday morning to watch our Hangout. Another quick announcement, I just wanted to invite all of you, if you're making your travel arrangements now please come and join us in November 7th and 8th in Orlando for University. This is going to be a spectacular event. We certainly hope to see you in Macau in just a few days, but if for whatever reason you can't make that trip across the world, we certainly hope to see you in sunny Florida in November. There's some really exciting things going to happen at that event. Also, like I said, Adam and I will be doing a breakout training, so we certainly invite you to come to that. That will take place on Friday, I believe it's November 7th. Adam, maybe you can double check that date for me, but November 7th, 2:30 to 5:30. Now the room is to be announced. I don't have a room for you yet, but it certainly is at the same conference, hotel, and resort where University itself is going to be. This is going to be a can't-miss event. I'm telling you, if you're in the United States, please do whatever you can do to get down to Orlando. You're going to meet a lot of our medical advisors, some of our, a lot of our staff. You'll see Wendy and Randy there. It's going to be a really good time to meet and greet with other like-minded individuals. So make room on your schedule for that. Also, Scott Lewis will be doing our October Exec Connect call on a Google Hangout, so you'll be able
to fantastic. I love it. I love hearing that stuff.
Right? I'm super excited about that. You'll be able to hear from him. And then also I wanted to let you guys know we did a run-through for the Affinity product Hangout I've been telling you about with Noel Patton, who is the owner of TA Sciences, which is the company that supplies our TA65MD, the main ingredient, Infinity. And we did a hangout with Noel and also with Dr. Donna Antar, which was really, really powerful. And understanding what exactly Infinity does at the cellular level, how it actually helps your body, and what it can do to reverse the cellular aging process on your internal organs and what takes place inside. So it was very interesting, and I know that you guys are absolutely going to love it. We've got part 1 of a 3-part series already recorded, so look for the email announcement coming your way. Sorry, Adam, go ahead.
No, I have an announcement to make about the Jworld Hangout so that everybody understands. Okay. We've become the #1 most viewed, and we got a ton of followers already. The encouragement here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Kasai and myself are obviously very, very committed to making sure that you're able to market your businesses very well, and also being able to explain how everything works. So not only are these recorded, but you want to make sure that you invite your teams to come and join us here on the Hangouts and the new independent business owners or business partners, because that way they can get a good feel for how all these tools come together and work, and we can answer questions pretty much right on the spot. So don't forget, we do these every single week. If we don't do them every single week, we give everybody a heads up if there's a holiday or what have you. But the other cool thing is that everything's recorded, so if you missed it, you can always come back and see it. But make sure if you're viewing it and you want to share it with your teams, you can do that. And you know, the more viewers you have, the more people that you have inside your sales organization utilizing the Jworld system or suite of tools, it makes your business that much easier to market. And these are the key things.
Absolutely, these are the key things. And you know, Adam, while we're talking about that, just in marketing the business, a question that came up the other day that I think you would be the appropriate person to ask is just a lot of people when they come into the business, they have approach anxiety, or they're not sure what to say, or you know, they don't necessarily want to call up their friends or family and talk to them about how it works. So could you just explain to people the power in being able to text a video, or in being able to just drop an email to a link to something? Like, what's your process? I know you're outgoing. People would say, well, Adam, I'm not like you. I don't really like talking to people. I'm not sure how to like open up that dialogue. So what would you say for someone who maybe is a little bit shy?
The first thing I'm going to say is personal development is #1. So you want to get around people that are outgoing, and you want to be the kind of person that you want to meet, meaning that you know, you want to put on the clothing, put on the personality of saying that you want to be an outgoing person. The worst thing a person is going to ever say to you is no, which is the same thing as not ever asking them. So I always run that psychology through my mind. So that's like item #1 is having the right mindset. But as far as our tools go, I'll just show this on the screen. So I got two more people that opened up my videos here today. Okay. And these are, you know, professional networkers, and they're taking a look at the systems that we have. So, you know, I like to send people text messages because it's an awesome way to do it. And the J mobile application is by far the best way for you to do that through. so you can get people up to speed and learn how to make it work. Some of the tutorials that Kasai's already done are here, but the best way to learn how to make it work is to go through it and actually do it yourself. Text it to your significant other, test out the system. But I like sending several things. Either I like sending the social media campaign because everybody's on Facebook, everybody's got a Twitter or Pinterest or Instagram or a LinkedIn account. And I like being able to penetrate those particular places for that reason. And then the second thing is the follow-up. And everybody's always talked about this, but there's a fortune in following up with people. And I simply just ask them over a text message, hey, what did you like about the video? So I see the messaging come in, I know they opened it, and then my next piece to them in a text message is, so what did you like about the video? And I don't do that right away when I get the notification, Kasai. I allow some time to go by so I don't look desperate.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So that's how I'd answer that question.
I like that you said that too, because I think a lot of times we can be like wanting to get an answer or so fixated on, I know this person would be so good in my business, you just want to push and push and push, and essentially that just pushes people away. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, so you want to come from a place of you have the deal, or you have the information, or you are the expert. And if you're introducing this to somebody else, you're the one with the tools, you're the one that has the relationship, and it's your job to break that ice and say hi and get the person the information. I know that I've never met anybody who doesn't want to make a little more money, and I've never met anybody who doesn't want to look a little younger, and I'm meeting some people that want to look a lot thinner.
Yeah, indeed, right? We'll leave it at that. But you know, on the same subject, I had posted on our Jworld fan page, so if you haven't gone and liked that, please do. It's facebook.com/Jworld, and Adam and I, through the week, try to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to build your business, but I had posted on there a comment the other day that really got some good feedback from you guys, and it was this. One thing I see on Facebook that drives me crazy is when people post things like, hey, can someone just go to my store and place an order? I'm only so many points away from achieving my next rank. Or, hey, Adam, can you go do this for me because I need to do XYZ in order to get my next level in my company? The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because we talk a lot about two styles of marketing. There's push marketing, where you're like, hey, let me throw up this big sign in your face and tell you all about this. And then there's attraction marketing or pull marketing, where you have people going, hey, aren't you with that company, Jeunesse? Or, hey, I see that you're really successful. Tell me more about how you work from home, or you travel all the time. How is it that you're able to do that? And what exactly is your business model? That's attraction marketing, when you have people coming to you. So this whole push concept frustrates me, and I just want to tell you guys about it, about flipping your script and making things about the benefit that it adds to your prospect. What can it do for them? Could it be the lifeline that they need in order to go from barely being able to pay their bills to making ends meet? Could it be that they have been looking all over the marketplace for some sort of serum or something that they needed because their skin was, you know, bad, or they were needing a good product to use and they were looking for something? Is it really a lifeline, and are you approaching it that way? And so we need to stop thinking of like how everything can benefit us and what people can do for me, and start flipping our script and letting people know, hey, we have this product, or we have this service, or we have this business opportunity, and how it can benefit them. And I think if we start to create that mindset of we're not actually bothering people, we're extending to them an opportunity, a very viable opportunity, and we need to have that mindset, just like Adam said. The mindset is this. It's not that this is a $49.95, you know, $50 business. It's that there are literally people in this business right now, diamonds, double diamonds, triple diamonds, that you're going to see in Expo that are making, what, Adam? $300, $400, $500,000 a month? A month, not a year, a month. So you have to treat it as if it really is an empire. You have to treat it as if it's your baby, and it takes time. None of us became super successful overnight. They say every overnight success, is 10 years in the making. So I really encourage you guys to wrap your mind around the fact that this is very much a tangible business that you're running, and also that you have a product, a service, a business opportunity that is really, really valuable to the end user. And so if you can express to them the benefits that they'll receive in learning more about the products, making them feel younger, feel more vital, look better, create an income that maybe they didn't have before, start their own business. Do you know how incredibly fulfilling it is to be an entrepreneur, to be able to say that you own your own business? Like, people owe it to themselves. I don't care how old you are, to be able to start a business for $50 and then, you know, $250, $500, $1,000. Just the feeling that you get in saying, you know what, I do want something better for myself. I do want to own my own business. To me, I believe it's extremely empowering. I want what I want for myself, I want for everyone, and so I'm very passionate about entrepreneurship, and I think that that's a great way to market your business, is letting people know it is very possible for them to run their own business and be entrepreneurial. So yes. I wanted to cover that topic today because I see a lot of people, they're always curious, like, what do I talk about, or how do I promote my business? Because you do want to talk about it, but yet there are ways in doing so. And Adam, that you make a great point right there with the samples. Why don't you go into that being an open talking point to get people interested in what it is that you have?
You know, obviously everybody starts to see the results with the serum after they start using it, and you know, whether it's preferred customers, retail customers, or making the decision to become a distributor, a independent business owner, business partner with the person sponsoring you. And you know, I'm going out to Florida in when I come back from Macau. I'm going out to Florida doing a meeting out there for about 50 people. And the first thing that I was talking with, the gentleman's name out there is Ray. He's in Naples, Florida. And the first thing that we talked about was making sure that there was enough samples for the audience. The reason why this is very important, ladies and gentlemen, is there's an old adage and rule that goes, it's better to give than to receive. And I know there's a whole bunch of things behind that, but here's the point. When somebody gets a $30 gift for you for showing up at an event or, in meeting them, you have now a way to follow up with that person. And by having a program sit down, so you've got both sides of the marketing working. You've got your online, which is what we're talking about too, and you have your offline working, meaning that you're able to get the samples and have them being sent out, and have that happen online through all the suites and tools we have from J Mobile, Office, Builder, and also Social, so you can make all that work. But the cool thing is when you meet somebody in person, like if you're at the Starbucks line and you meet somebody in person, I always carry these in my bag. These are available in your back office. These are by far one of the best ways to pique interest, and there'll be more and more trainings on this as the university comes out and more of the stuff happens, because everybody can get a $30 sample or a $30 gift from you. And what that does is it sets it up to actually follow up with the person to see if they use it and so on and so forth. In fact, Jessica gave out some mini serums up in her home state here in California, and now has her girlfriends purchasing the products as preferred customers. So the system works, Kasaya. The thing is that people have to work the system. And that's where people say, well, how do you make it work? Rely on the system, rely on the text messaging, rely on the samples, because this way you have a reason to follow up with a person versus just, you want to get them in your business, but now you have reasons to make sure that they use the product, they got the information, they got the video, whatever it is, and you have reasons to follow up with them, and that sets you up to be a professional. And you don't look desperate to say, let me go reach the next rank, or I need this, that, and the other, what have you. Professional, you come across in a professional manner, which, by the way, helps set you up as a leader in this business.
Absolutely. You're so right when it comes to that. Can you talk a little bit about, I know we've been talking heavily at corporate about expanding our sampling program into international markets. We are still running through trying to make sure that our distribution channels internationally, that the timing would be correct, what the actual shipping cost is going to be. So that is definitely something that's a high priority, and it's something that's being worked on. But in the meantime, for those people who don't have samples, what do you suggest that they do in order to market their business? I'll give you guys an idea. Actually, one of the women that I know went down to like a dollar store or like a beauty supply store, and she bought these really tiny little, like if you go to the makeup counter at the mall and they give you a sample of foundation or a sample of one of their products, it comes in like the really, really tiny little plastic containers. And she would take a bottle of the Luminous mask and she would just sample it. in the little containers and hand those out to her girlfriends, or even having home parties is a great way to get people to try those products to see if they like it. I think the other product too that you guys might want to consider sampling, being able to hand out, would be your reserve, because they're already in individual packets. So Adam, you've been in the industry for quite a while. You're an expert on sampling. For the people that don't have samples available to them yet, what can they do in the meantime to get them from where they are and also introduce these products into their marketplaces?
Okay, so let's go. I want to also go back to basics. I know we got a bunch of questions coming in on JBuilder and JSocial and everything else. I just took a look. We'll get to those in a second. Introducing the business opportunity to somebody is key. So I always like to lead with the opportunity. Like I love being in Jeunesse, where I'm able to hand out and make these work. In fact, just this last week, I was Wednesday of this last week, I was in San Diego, and I was visiting and talking with some players from other companies. Now, and I'm telling everybody this not to be. I want to be transparent, right? Which is, I like to recruit people that already have been in this industry for some time. They've made inroads. They've got a sales organization, and we can kind of compare either compensation plans or products or this, that, and the other. The key thing for everybody for recruiting and making your business bigger is duplication. In other words, having the new person that does come on board, being able to duplicate similar successes, one left, one right, becoming an executive, working way up through the system. So that's very, very key. So whether it's a sample, Kasaya, whether it's a video, whether it's getting the person's phone number, I was actually taken aside by this leader, and they wanted to find out more. They were actually asking me, is it all in all these different languages? And that's the other cool thing about Jeunesse, is that, you know, we have tools that are in various languages. I think it's as high as 16 in some places. And what that does is it allows the prospecting to work very, very simply. All we're ever trying to do is pique a person's interest to take a look. And then I could tell people that the video is great, and I can pump it up and I can build it like I'm the preview to a good movie. Like I just went and saw the movie Lucy, right? And we talked about that briefly. But the cool thing is, it's a great movie. Everyone should go and see it. That's my marketing pitch. But when somebody goes down to the box office, pays their ticket, and goes and sees the movie, they now come out of that movie with an expanded mind going, wow, the movie was this, that, and the other. That's the system that we have at Jeunesse. The game plan is to pique a person's interest, to get the video, get a sample, and then the follow-up piece is important. What I mean by that is, when people see I'm going to say our stuff, when people see Jeunesse's videos, I'm going to tell you right now, it leaves, you know, they have to look at it. Why? Because we won a whole bunch of awards, business awards, AVA awards, and Mortelli awards, some of the technology. So we have stuff that other companies don't have, and that gives everybody listening to this Hangout this morning, myself, Kasaya, and everybody else, an unfair advantage in the marketing place. And that's the system. So, you know, what do you say on the phone when somebody's excited? Oh my goodness, that video was great. It gives you talking points to just tie in and close the sale. And this is what people have to start to realize. We've built this incredible funnel, right? Sales funnel that allows you to put whatever you need to put in the top, whether it's a video, a text message, whether it's following up with JBuilder or JSocial, or a sample. And all that comes down to having somebody make a decision to join you either as a retail customer, a preferred customer, and ultimately, like I like to do, is get business builders on board, have them join you as a business partner. So hopefully that answers the question that you were asking, because it leads people in a direction to use the stuff, use the system, and make it work.
That does definitely answer my question, and thank you for covering that this morning, because I know that's extremely helpful to a lot of people. You did mention, though, we're in over 100 countries, and your business runs 24 hours a day, so it doesn't matter what side of the world that you're on. The nice thing is you're always able to have the ability to make money in this business, which is outstanding. That's one of my favorite things about being involved in Jeunesse. I want to go ahead and touch on those questions that I see coming in. So awesome. The first one I'm going to start with, and these are the questions that are taking place on hangouts.jeunesseglobal.com. So Adam, if there's anything on the Google Plus page, please do let me know. But Ron, good morning. Ron Pruitt, thank you so much for joining us. He says, I don't understand JBuilder and how it works. Please help. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So just let me know if you are able to see it. See?
We are able to see it.
Okay, so if you're seeing, I'm inside of JBuilder right now. So Ron, what I would tell you is if you are new to JBuilder and you have not begun using this just yet, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have all of your green check marks over here, and the way to do that is to go right up here to this training tab. And if you just click there, there are tutorials in how to set up your sites and start your business with your Generation Young replicated websites. So for all of you who are just a little bit confused or you're not sure how to work it, you'll want to start in the training tutorials and make sure that you watch all of these. This walks you through how to send an email to someone, how to manage your leads, all the digital media that you have access to, how your websites display, your Generation Young sites. So very, very important for those of you who are saying, I just don't know how to do it. The information is there for you, so you'll definitely want to go up to the training tab. And then if you run into questions, absolutely let us know. I can even point you in the direction. Adam and I have done previous hangouts on this topic and walked people through JBuilder. We even had the company Sound Concepts. We had Brian and Colby on from there, and they told people basically, you know, the top talking points that they needed to know about how to manage their sites and how to take care of their leads and their contacts. So it does look a little overwhelming at first, but the system's very robust and easy to get to use. Just go into the training and watch those training tutorials. If you have specific questions, let Adam or myself know. So I hope that that helps. Helena says, I have a group in Poland. Some have bought JSocial and some don't have access to it at all. Is there something that we don't know about making it accessible in Poland? Helena, I will tell you, to answer that question, again, it comes down to, sorry, my screen share. It comes down to our sampling. So I'm hoping by university I can have a better answer for you, because I'm going to work with my executive staff to ask them if we're in English-speaking countries, if we can begin rolling out these programs and these tools to our users, even though the sampling program may or may not be available in that country just yet. The tools I would still love to see made available, because JSocial is so powerful. And Adam, you know, I'll let you take this question, but the other one that she had was, can you explain the difference between JBuilder and JSocial? And I think we get a lot of the J's, and people, even JBuilder has an application, I know, so sometimes people get confused on which app they're using. Can you explain the difference between JBuilder and JSocial so that they have a better understanding of what the tools are and what it enables them to do?
I sure can. So I'm going to start out and say everybody's built a jigsaw puzzle before. So what I'm going to do is say, listen, if this is the world, this is your JWorld, okay? Inside your JWorld there's four main parts. There's JOffice, JMobile, JOffice, your back office, JMobile, the mobile application. If you haven't downloaded it for Android and iPhone or Apple, please go ahead and do that. So those two. So that's those two pieces of the puzzle. And then the next two pieces of the puzzle are JBuilder and JSocial. The difference in cost is $3 for JBuilder and $19.95 for JMobile. Sorry, for JSocial, my bad. But the differences between them are vast. One is an JBuilder basically has automatic features that allow you to post to your Facebook page and your Twitter accounts, and it's, you know, positive information about the company, the industry, nice pictures on the products, or more health facts. Very important for your following on Facebook to see that there, and you can schedule these. You can have them happen. You can do it manually. You can do it every 2 days, 1 day, whatever you want. There's a scheduler there. And then that's $3. Plus, it also includes the Generation Young landing pages, which are a great way for you to create leads. All right, and these landing pages allow you to use, like, the secret of Jeunesse, or, you know, Operation, or so on and so forth. Different videos that people can come to and find out more about how that works. You can also upload leads into JBuilder and send out those videos, links, and have it done automatically. That's JBuilder. Now, JSocial is all-inclusive. It means it includes JBuilder, and it also includes the first ever patented technology from a company called Sensei, which leads me to tell everybody, and it's Kasai and I talked about this a little earlier, but we're going to have some special guests after Macau in the month of October as we roll through. Month of November, as we roll through. We'll have some specialists from that company, CEO and some other marketing people, and some other important guests talking about how that technology works. Now, it's patented, meaning that when you play a video in your social network or you play a video on a page, and it's actually can transact while that video is playing. So that technology is very, very different than everything else that exists out there. And the reason is you know, once again, Jeunesse has aligned themselves to be a billion-dollar brand and company, and that means that we're going to change some lives. Excuse me. So those 4 parts I mentioned, JBuilder, JSocial, JMobile, and JOffice, make up this world puzzle for Jworld. And what's really awesome about the JSocial system, it's like going to your doctor. You know, it's like going to Dr. Nathan Newman, right? And Dr. Nathan Newman says, well, listen, you know, we're going to take out some fatty tissue over here so we can go and do this stem cell therapy, which, as most of you know, if you don't know who Dr. Nathan Newman is, he's the person that put together our incredible skincare line, along with Randy and Wendy and some of the procedures they've had. But here's the cool thing. Imagine we went to Dr. Nathan Newman and he only had one way of doing it. Okay, what Dr. Nathan Newman's going to tell you is like he's got a suite of tools that allows him to get you the best results possible, and that's what JSocial is. JSocial is the complete system. It allows you to do all the Facebook work. It still creates leads. It still syncs to JMobile, and these are the things that we're going to walk people through at University in November, and also some of the tutorials that Kasai has done. It walks people through how it works, what it does. Your job is to become familiar with them. The difference in pricing is more videos, more patented technology, and a fully rounded out tool system that allows you to use everything from JMobile, JOffice, JBuilder, and of course, JSocial. Can you hear me, Kasai? The sound went away.
I can hear you fine. I just had muted myself out. I was trying.
I'm like, hello.
Sorry.
That was an intentional silence just to make everybody go, wow, okay, we got it.
Exactly. Just wake everybody up, you know. I'm going to share my screen again because I wanted to actually clarify, Adam, what you were talking about so that people know.
Awesome.
Essentially, inside of your JBuilder, so you made a great point that JBuilder is kind of like it's like a hub for your business. So you can see there's all kinds of these things that you can do inside of it. You can send presentations. You can do automated drip campaigns through social media. It tells you who you need to make contact with and follow up with. It's just a really robust management system, okay? The other thing with this, too, is it does replicated websites, so your Generation Young replicated websites. Right now, you can go to your username.jeunesseglobal.com, but JBuilder allows you to have the Generation Young replicated websites for the product, the opportunity, and the company, which are really, really powerful and super informative. So you have that inside of JBuilder. Now, JSocial, I believe I pulled that up. Okay, so JSocial is like what Adam was talking about, the video widget that allows you to go out and market through social. You can use this inside of your JMobile application. This is essentially a video player that allows people to make transactions, and you can customize which videos you would like to have play in front, and then manage your sampling inventory, etc., inside of the JSocial area. So there's definitely a difference between the different platforms that we have, and like Adam said, you know, you're just looking at having different tools because your end game is the same, right? We know that in order to grow your business, you need to acquire customers, or you need to find other business partners that want to partner with you for the same goals that you have, which is creating this sales force, essentially. So very, very important that you understand the difference. And I also wanted to just touch very quickly on your question. Helena says, I've already built a list in JBuilder, but it doesn't show up in my leads. Are they totally disconnected and separate? Well, the answer to that is no, and I wanted to actually show you in your back office. If you click on JTools and you go to My Leads, that's where I am right now. All you have to do to sync all of your JBuilder, your JMobile, everything, to sync it together, you'll want to go in this My Leads area here and just press on this button. It is Sync Leads, and it'll tell you that it's going to sync between JBuilder and JTools, and that syncs everything for you. So if you're working on your cell phone and you're doing some stuff in JMobile and you add a lead, but you're saying, okay, now I want to go inside of JBuilder, is it totally separate? Well, no, however, you do have to manually sync it. So if you've added stuff and you've built that list, all you'll want to do is just log into your back office and hit this sync leads. For those of you who do not have JBuilder, you won't even see this option. So don't worry if it's not there. It just means that you're not a JBuilder subscriber. But this is the button that you'll want on that sync leads. Just wanted to clarify that for you. Adam, any other questions that have come in?
I just checked the page, so another comment came in about uploading their photos to the system and say they can't do it because probably the file is too big or it's too small. So you just want to edit your picture if you're going to be uploading it and making sure it fits within the parameters, and then it'll upload no problem.
Yeah, and there's a free, I'll just tell you guys, one of my, well, I'll give you 2 tips right now that you can take with you. One of my favorites free online photo editing websites is PicMonkey. It's PICMONKEY, just picmonkey.com. Super cool. You can go in there, resize photos, touch your photos up, you can add text to them, whatever you want to do. Some of the stuff is totally free to use, and then there are premium features which you'd pay like $1 or $2 to be able to have access to. And then another one called Canva, it's C-A-N-V-A, and I like that too. If you want to take some of the images and maybe just put your URL at the bottom, or you want to put you know, your Facebook username, or just any type of personal branding that you wanted to do on your images. We see that a lot. Jeunesse does it. We put our logo on pretty much everything. If you have something that you wanted to make, those 2 sites are really cool for you to be able to go in and just edit stuff for free or make cool pictures. Anything else, Adam?
Yeah, use the system, people.
That's it. Use the system.
Use the system.
For sure.
You know, I tell you what. Some of when I was prospecting this other gentleman this week, he speaks Spanish fluently, and he was amazed to find out that you could take your phone contacts, Kasaya, create a group, and prospect them specifically on items. Like he asked, could I change the campaigns? Let's say I wanted to send people out a product campaign. Could I call it product campaign? I'm like, yeah. Yep. I said, well, what about business opportunity? I said, yep, that would be another segment inside your mobile app, right? And then you can make as many of those groups as you want, and you can add to those groups. And let me just say something. It was an eye-opening moment. It was like, you know, it was like watching a light bulb go off at the top of his head. It's like, wow. And these are the things that lead people to see why Jeunesse has gotten, you know, the #1 direct sales company or growing company on the Inc. 500 list. All these incredible awards that we're getting. It's not an accident. It's because the owners of the company, Randy, Wendy, being visionaries the way they are, they wanted to create a $1 billion company. Now, I don't know how many times people have worked for, you know, Fortune 100, Fortune 500, or $1 billion companies, but you can get yourself involved in this business for $49.95 and have these incredible suite of tools, right? That we've been talking about. The free ones are JMobile, JOffice, JBuilder $3, and of course $19.95 for JSocial, and you get everything. The point is that you're joining a $1 billion brand, so that should give you some confidence in knowing that you can go out there and compete amongst the Nestle's, the Microsofts, the Apples of the world. And I'm mentioning those only because I'm picking up my new iPhones today. But that's what we're competing with, and we're able to use Androids, iPhones, whatever the devices are, and these tools fully integrate within those user systems to help you perform better, to help you share that message, and to help you get that piqued interest where people can say, okay, wow, I'll join you in business. And your job is to duplicate yourself. And Kasaya has an incredible tutorial. We did a hangout on it, but on the kit that arrives, whether it's the keychain or your wristband. But inside that, it tells you how to start your business. And the first thing you want to do is make sure you get the JMobile application for whichever device you're on, because that will make a big difference to how you see your business, how you check your commissions, how you update, how you send campaigns, and then move your way up from there on all the suite of tools that Jeunesse Global has. It's amazing.
Just adding to that point, though, everyone should download the JMobile app. And when people ask me, Kasaya, what tool should I be using? Well, obviously, I think you should be using
JMobile. Yeah.
You should be using all the tools, essentially. However, the tool that everyone has that's in the most languages that everyone can easily use to run and manage their business is going to be JMobile. I mean, J Mobile is an extension of your business. You essentially have your phone with you at all times, right? At any given time, we have our phone something like less than 3 feet away from us at any given time. So I would definitely say download that J Mobile application. And don't get caught up in all of the details. If you get stuck on learning the J driver, you get stuck on J social or whatever it is, look, just focus. Use concentrated focus to master one thing and get it done. Go in and watch the tutorials and just focus on learning how to use J Mobile. Just focus on sending out text messages. You can text the links to the videos. You can do all of this. I'm telling you, it might seem overwhelming, and I know that it gets to a place where not everyone was brought up on technology. I get that, and I know that you guys are having to be open to new things. I know you're having to sometimes reinvent your skill sets and learn how to do new things, and it takes time. But this is absolutely something that everyone can do. All have the capacity to learn how to use these tools if it's something that you choose, to do. The other thing with that too is I encourage you to have tried the products. Be a product of your product. Use the skincare. If you haven't tried Finity, order Finity. If you haven't tried Reserve, order Reserve. Try all the products. How can you sell something you've never experienced? And so your own personal experience and your desire to want to have an experience with those, I think, is really, really important. If you meet people along the way who are skeptical, who say, well, those kind of businesses, they never work out, that's never going to happen, then you know what? It is never going to happen for those kind of people. And so if I were you, I would run the other direction. You know, you don't want to work with them because they've already made up their mind that it's not going to work. But I'm telling you, if you'll approach this with a positive mental attitude, you'll approach your products in a way that's meaningful and take them diligently, because we want to be consistent in the things that we do. The same way we're consistent in our updating our Facebook statuses, are the same way we need to be consistent in every morning taking our AM and every evening taking our PM and having these actual experiences with the products, because they're absolutely amazing. They do work, and I will tell you, I've said it a million times, the people who make the most money, number one, are business owners, and directly following are people who are tremendously masterful in their crafts. You're looking at athletes, you're looking at artists, musicians, people who have discovered how to do something but do it with such excellence that they compete in their space at the highest level possible. And I'm not saying you have to know about everything. I'm simply telling you, if you really want to be successful in this business, if you really want to be a diamond in this business, you better educate yourself on the tools that you have. You better educate yourself on the company, the products, and the compensation plan, and how this business is actually ran. Yeah.
I got a text message in from folks on the Jworld page at Google+. Where do I get samples? So, look, it's in your back office underneath products. In the 4 countries right now, United States, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. If you're watching from the other countries, it's not available for you yet, but that's where you get them. Okay, that's where you're able to get them. There's 2 kinds of ways to make the sampling or the giving out process, online and offline, work. The first part is getting yourself 25 sachets, to make all the sampling work. And the other side is to go and get the mini serums to actually hand out. And you can see this in your back office. If you have questions, you can always ask. If we're friends on Facebook, you can look me up, and people ask questions all the time about the business. I'm there for support. And of course, you can email Keziah, which is social@JeunesseGlobal.com.
You got it.
Other cool things that are happening, Keziah, is we're starting to see a lot more people from various countries download the J Mobile app.
A lot.
Right, and it's becoming the mode for communication, and expect to see more and more cool stuff happening on that application. So if there's the one recommendation that both Keziah and I give a thumbs up on, is get J Mobile, get J Mobile, get J Mobile. It's the starting point because people are addicted to their phones.
Absolutely, and just to throw it out there, whether you're going to Expo or know people who are, you're going to need your app at Expo, so I highly encourage you to download it or have it, because we've got a really cool announcement that's coming that only the people who are at Expo are going to be able to test first and foremost before it gets launched at other events. So really very exciting. There's all kinds of good, very exciting things that are coming, and again, I congratulate all of you for joining us on the call this morning. I congratulate you for being open to new things and marketing your business through all the different tools that we have. Wow, next week we'll be in Macau. Can you believe that?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to the plane ride, and and the sleepless, excitement of travel and the joy of being at an event that once again will set us up to change more people's lives in 2015. And the invitation goes out. If you haven't made your arrangements for November for the university, make sure you do that, and then set yourself up. Make sure you plan to be somewhere with us in 2015. Okay, because there'll be another world event sometime around 09, 2015, which is the birthday of the company. There'll be another massive event, and it'll be bigger than the one that we're going to, and we'll probably be doing more hangouts, which is really exciting. So get your butt to an event.
That's it. That's exactly right. And there's going to be a lot of very cool, exciting announcements at Expo, and one for you too. So by all means, look for your emails this week, because there's an announcement in there that you certainly will not want to miss. I do hope to see you at university in November. That's going to be a really cool event. And again, please feel free to connect with myself or Adam on Facebook. Definitely go and like the facebook.com/Jworld fan page. Again, we do marketing tips, and lots of information can be found on there. There's tutorials, picture tutorials with screenshots to walk you through how to do things on your iPhone inside of the JMobile application. And then also connect with our corporate fan page. All of the events are listed on there, so you know and you're up to date on what's taking place in our business. Very, very exciting time. I hope that you guys all use the tools that are available to you. If you start to have questions, feel free to reach out. Adam, any closing words for our viewers today? Anything they should do over the weekend?
Yeah, Apple just released the new phone, so if you're if you're on the list and you're like me and you pre-ordered, I'm headed down to the Apple store to go get my new phones.
There you go. You're headed to the Apple store to get a new phone. I don't think I'm going to get the iPhone. Well, I have to look at it. You may convince me, but I said if I wanted a phablet, I would have already had one. I'm just not into like the size of it. I love my 5 because the size is perfect. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
There's two. There's the Plus, which is the big one,
yeah.
And then they have the new 6, which is also bigger than the 5. But I got to play with them the other day. I'm telling you, what a difference a bigger phone makes.
Yeah, I see.
For presentations, like if I'm doing a presentation, it's great to do it over the phone. But like the text messaging and the platform, what have you, on a bigger phone, it's like having it happen on a mini iPad. But anyway, I don't want to get into all that boring stuff about my own technology that I'm choosing.
Oh my gosh, see, I'm over here obsessed with technology. I'm wondering how many other people have done it. I get messages too from people who are like, please come out for the Windows Phone, please bring JMobile to BlackBerry, and I know that we've been wanting to really facilitate for everyone that's in our company. However, I'm not sure that I see that happening anywhere in the near future, just based on the amount of workload that our staff has, because we do our app in-house, and because of the user base in the marketplace. So, I'm not sure that that's actually going to take place. But in the meantime, whether you're using an Android device or an iPhone device, an Apple device, you have access to the tools that we've been talking about. So get out there and use them. And next week when we see you guys, we will be broadcasting live from Macau for our Saturday Jworld Hangout, and you just might see me before then. So I will leave it at that, but again, check your email this week for special announcements from corporate. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. Thank you so much for watching today's Jworld Hangout, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.